Okay, so from the metric English unit conversion worksheet, I'm going to work through one of these problems. And I chose this one because, again, if you've ever driven in a car or been driven in a car, miles per hour, that is the unit of speed that we use in the United States. Miles per hour, distance over time. Now, if for whatever reason we wanted to convert this to another unit, in this case kilometers per second, how can we do that? Now, the reason I'm choosing this particular example to work through, if you understand dimensional analysis, if you take the time to learn, again, factor label, dimensional analysis, same thing, you can grind through just about any problem in this class, even if you're not sure about what equation do I use or anything like that, because the units will tell you what you need to do. So, to save a little time, the first thing you do, put the information you're given. Now, this is a little unique because what we're given is actually 2 units, miles per hour, mph. So I've actually written it out in words, mile per hour, and I'll just put a little bar there to split it out. Something that is so easy to forget, draw this line and the equal sign. Put the unit of your answer, because that's the point. If you don't know what that number, if you don't know what that unit of that number is, how do you know it's right? So, and I'm not sure how much space this is going to take me, so I'll just write it here, but I might have to move it a little bit. So it will be kilometers per second, second to the -1. I could have it kilometer divided by second. Again, that's what the negative exponent means. Where to start? Another thing that can be confusing, I have an English unit of distance that I need to convert into a metric unit of distance, and then I have a time that I need to convert into a different time. It does not matter which one you do first. Pick one and go for it. Because I'm going to go ahead and pick time. I'm going to pick going from hours, per hour to per second. In the handout, I gave you all the unit conversions that you need. So I'll never expect you to memorize the unit conversions. The only thing I expect you to memorize is the metric systems. Kings have dungeons under dark castle moats. It's ridiculous. Learn it, memorize it, burn it into your skull, because that will make life a lot easier. So, per hour to per second. 1 hour, and to save space, I'll abbreviate HR, is 60 minutes. The unit hour per hour cancels. Whether I write it out as a full word or use an abbreviation, doesn't matter. It's not a grammar thing for this. I have miles per minute. I want miles per second. So I'm not done. In the handout, you're told, and this is a common conversion everybody should know, 1 minute is 60 seconds. So, minutes cancel. My unit of time is per second. So I'm done, because second to the -1 is what I want my answer to be in. So we're halfway there as far as our unit conversions. Now we need to go from miles to kilometers. And so, as I look at this, as it turns out, I gave you a unit conversion. 1 mile is 1.609 kilometers. Miles cancel. I'm in units of kilometers. See, I gave myself more space than I needed, but that's good. Always double check. Miles, cancel, kilometers, that's what I want. Hour cancels, minute cancels, per second, that's what we want. So now, you pick up your calculator and put in numbers. Everything on top, you multiply through. Everything on bottom, you divide through. The order doesn't matter, because again, with multiplication and division, it's not in the order of the operation. And try to read my calculator. 2, 4. So I got 0.02458. In the case of significant figures, well, we started with 2 significant figures, 55 miles per hour. These conversions are exact, except for this, but that's 4 significant figures. So, 1, 2. So this would be 2.5 times 10 to the negative second kilometers per second. You do need to put it into the right number of significant figures, and you might as well put it into scientific notation while you're at it. If you make a mistake, if you type something in wrong in your calculator, that's not good, but if your setup is correct, that's what I look for. So a small math mistake, it's not the end of the world, as long as all of this is correct. So it's the logic. And this had 1, 2, 3 steps. We will have problems that have 5 steps, 8 steps, or more. But you can grind through them. So take the time, after you see this video, come back later on, work it by yourself, see if you can do it. Work through some of the other problems on this sheet. And I will be posting, again, more of these videos of these type of unit conversions. But one other kind of side note, some people might say, well, I know 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. Can I just plug that in there and save a step? Yes, if you know that. In the handout I gave you the individual units, but that would be completely equivalent. So just kind of head that off. That sometimes there's more than one unit conversion that's available. Doesn't mean it's wrong.